What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Lovers, where we talk all things sports. I am your host, Grant Sullivan, and yes, I just got back from playing golf. It is Saturday for me. You guys will see this video on Monday, and we're not going to do Madden franchise at all this week. You get 2 Madden franchise videos out next week as well, because we will be down in Universal. Gonna try to hopefully vlog a little bit of the trip for you guys and put a vlog together, but maybe potentially could do that. But for now, we are going to start on the top headlines of NFL free agency so far. Again, it's only been Saturday, so the league year hasn't started up yet, but there have been some top releases going on and some franchise tags and stuff like that. We're going to talk about all of that, but first, if you guys are new to the channel, please drop a like and subscribe if you guys want to stay up to date on all the latest sports news and everything else relating in sports. Regarding picks for the SEC Conference Tournament, I'm doing terrible in the Conference Tournament. I picked Tennessee to play Alabama in the semis, and that didn't happen. I also picked Kentucky to play A&M in the semifinals. A&M came back and won, but Vandy did not. So I got half of those right. We'll see who's playing in the championship game, though. Hopefully it's Bama, A&M, and I will get that right at least. But let's go ahead and hop into the free agency top headlines. I got my notebook right here. We're going to go down the list and talk about what happened and the breaking news of this past weekend that the Panthers are getting the #1 overall pick in the draft. We'll talk about what they could do with that pick as well. Alright, so the #1 top headline of coming out of this is that Lamar Jackson gets a non-exclusive franchise tag, meaning he can talk to teams, but it has to be under the Ravens' concern. So if in order for him to go to a team, he is a free agent this year, he has to get the Ravens' approval before he can do that. So Lamar Jackson is in talks with other teams as well. Moving on, Derek Carr has officially signed a 4-year deal with the Saints. 4 years, $150 million. Man's going to make bank by the time he's done in New Orleans. Hopefully, it's the start of a new era for New Orleans, and they can get a coach and a quarterback. I would love to see some competition with the Panthers and the Saints in there as well. Moving on, Darren Payne, he is a edge rusher. He was franchise tagged to a $1 million, 1 year, $18.9 million franchise tag with Washington. Lighting is off for whatever reason in this video, but we'll worry about that later. Saquon Barkley was also tagged for 1 year and $10.1 million. That was the right thing to do for the Giants. They signed Daniel Jones, and they also franchise tagged Saquon Barkley. My fault. Daniel Jones, moving on, has signed a $160 million 4-year deal. I'm going to pick this up real quick. He signed a $160 million for 4 years with extension with the New York Giants. So him and Saquon will be back. Hopefully the Giants will be better than what they are this year. This year they had a heck of a run, though. Moving on, Josh Jacobs was also franchise tagged with 1 year, $10.1 million with the Raiders. Geno Smith got a 3-year, $75 million extension with the Seattle Seahawks. Evan Ingram was franchise tagged with the Jags. 1 year, $11.3 million. Tony Pollard was also franchise tagged with the Cowboys for 1 year and $10.1 million. So a lot of franchise tagging going on. We'll talk about the cap adjustments next. The Dolphins have restructured Tyreek Hill's contract. They also picked up Tua's 5th-year option, meaning he will be back for the Miami Dolphins next year. He passed all concussion protocols, so he will be the starter for the Dolphins next season, along with Tyreek Hill. That duo is still going to be intact in Miami. The big news of this past week is that the Vikings are releasing Adam Thielen, and we can have a potential trade upon us this past weekend. Woo, this lighting is awful. I'm going to turn that down real quick. But this past weekend, Rodgers has rumored to agree to the Jets. The Jets and the Packers have been in talks for weeks now. Hopefully, this means that Aaron Rodgers will sign with the Jets and he won't be a Green Bay Packer anymore. I would love to see Jordan Love take over. But the rumor is that the Packers are trading Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. So hopefully that does happen sometime in the next upcoming days. Maybe it will be announced on Monday when this video is already come out, of course. And the breaking news of the day, we're going to talk about the Carolina Panthers plan. My Panthers plan, they have traded DJ Moore, a 2024 first round pick and a 2025 second round pick, along with the 9th and 61st pick in this year's NFL draft for the number 1 overall pick. Now, there's a few options that the Panthers can do here with this number 1 overall pick. One, they draft a quarterback, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, or Anthony Richardson. I believe those are the top 3 guys in contention for that role for the Panthers. Or they could trade back down and then get a supporting cast like a wide receiver or a running back of Christian McCaffrey caliber or somebody like that. They could trade down and then get Anthony Richardson. There's been rumors that they have been all set on Anthony Richardson. So if that is true, then we will have our quarterback of the future by draft time, and it will be Anthony Richardson, which I will be completely fine with. I would love to cheer for Anthony Richardson, not Bryce Young, because I'm an Auburn fan. I am a true Auburn fan. But the Panthers get the number 1 overall pick. Bears are getting DJ Moore, a 61st round pick, the 9th pick, 2024 first, and a 2024 fifth. Just to recap that draft trade as well. Another option that the Panthers could do, they could trade down. They could trade for a wide receiver or somebody like that. Or they were present at OBJ's workout in California. So maybe the Panthers could sign somebody like OBJ to help Bryce Young or Anthony Richardson and get that number 1 overall pick. Or they could sign somebody like Robert Woods has already been signed now, but there are a couple other free agent wide receivers out there as well that we could go after. But the main one being Odell Beckham Jr. Maybe they can sign OBJ, and then we will have Anthony Richardson as our quarterback of the future. Anthony Richardson and Matt Corral for the 2 backup positions, and P.J. Walker as the 3rd string. I would love to see that plan fall intact. I'm happy for Frank Rick as well, our coach, getting the number 1 overall pick. The last time we had the number 1 overall pick, Cam Newton was there to lead us to victory in the Super Bowl. Didn't win the Super Bowl, but he did end up getting us to the Super Bowl. So, hopefully it works out for the Carolina Panthers. But that is going to be all for today's video. That it was just recapping what has happened in franchise or in NFL free agency so far. I know there have been a lot more player releases and a lot more retirements. We'll get to all that in sometime, not next week, but the week after next, hopefully. There will be some trades going down the line as well. We can talk about that and talk about some breaking news. But that is going to be all for today's video. Let me know what you guys thought of the video in the comments down below. Are you happy with the Panthers' decision? Do you like the Panthers' decision to get the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft? Hopefully it will lead us to victory. But that's going to be all for today's video. And I will see you guys in Wednesday's video. Unless you guys go over and subscribe to the Comic Book Nerd, where we will talk all major and movie and television news. We are bringing the Marvel theorists back, but it's going to be something completely different. We're going to talk about DC, Marvel, Star Wars, and all other movie franchises. I can't wait to dive deep into movies with you as well. But that is going to be all for today's video, and I will see you guys on Wednesday for our March Madness breakdown. This video will be coming out Wednesday. Or Monday, so I haven't seen the bracket yet, but that is going to be all, and I will see you guys in the next time. Peace.